Hey guys, welcome back again. All right, so here we are, still working on the Open-FDD, the vibe coder. So it is it's coming along. So like, there's not much to look at on this front end, which is I'm gonna do a few things to this anyways. Um, but it has the same like look and feel as the everything prior. Except like what's under the hood now, like this is all ported over from writing rules in Python to writing rules in Rust and in SQL. And I think I've kind of fixed a few bottlenecks. I did have like these issues of like the application loading really slowly. Extremely slow. There was like an issue with the Python Pandas computing library, and there's a few things that was fixed under the hood for caching the data just to make things load and flow a lot faster. But so I'm still working on this, but it's coming along. And then like the final video will be us in shoes of fault detection and diagnostics, an engineer we'll be able to look at this building and then kind of put a blessing on it that there might be a few energy savings opportunities, at least that I'm seeing right away in this. I haven't been able to look at it like super thoroughly. There is like some excessive run hours for the equipment because the client said per their lease they need to maintain 72 degrees with I'm just saying a 2-degree deadband up and down, and Monday through Friday, 6 a.m. to 5 p.m., and Saturday, 7 to 2 p.m., closed on Sunday. So I'm coming up with 108 hours of excessive air handling unit equipment runtime. And also some like opportunities of when we could be running more free cooling versus running the chiller. Um, and this is about from March 15th to July 3rd. So it's about a quarter of a year. Um, so we're kind of coming up with just this is mostly the things I'm finding. I don't think I'm finding like too many like mechanical faults, other than the outside air temperature sensors are off a little bit compared to what I get from the web weather. But we still need to do like a deeper dive into this. So like at the moment, I've been doing like I'm trying to say the best thing to how to explain this. So like everything is written in SQL now. So let me see if I can pinpoint this. So vibe code app 19. Whoops, it didn't work. Okay, so like we're everything is kind of reshuffled around. And this is actually going to get ported over to Open-FDD because what I was working on prior, this is way better. For some reason, it's turning out much better than what I was working on prior. So just what is kind of cool is like while I'm doing this, so we're crunching all these rules in Python and pandas, and then I'm rewriting it in Rust at the same time, and then doing everything in comparing rules written in Python and pandas to SQL, same kind of rules, and that I'm validating that we're getting the same results. So like these rules here, same thing we were looking at in um, Python. This is just written in SQL, which will give you the same results. And then this is all gets put into the backend, uh, and all of these faults are getting calculated automatically against the data model. So like the first thing we do is we model the data, and then that is automatically mapped to rules. Trying haystack this time around. So and I'm using the AI agent to confirm that we get the same results with uh, pandas or SQL, and it seems to be working. But then once everything is in Rust, it'll be much more faster. So like one thing I have been doing is using ChatGPT to it comes up with these monster it's doing all the loop engineering. So like this latest and greatest craze right now, instead of prompts, it's loops. And so I basically tell ChatGPT, like where we should go with this, kind of asking its opinion, and then it breaks this out in stages of like how to scaffold this from Python to Rust. And then this is what I'm dumping into Cursor then, and using Fable a little bit to crunch the numbers. Stage 4 is basically the final thing, and I'm porting this over to Open-FDD because it's actually working a lot faster, better, smoother than what I was prior. Don't ask me how, because it's like the same approach, but for some reason prototyping it in Python and then converting Python to Rust is faster than going straight into Rust without doing Python ahead of time. So don't ask me how that's coming around, but it's just seems to be coming along a lot smoother. So yeah, this is like this loop engineering. So like we've chatted a little bit about this on the Open-FDD Discord channel too. So like these, I give ChatGPT the GitHub link, and then it analyzes all the code, and this is let's break these out in phases of where we want to go with the project, and then it just comes up with these monster tasks for the AI agents and Cursor to just keep on iterating. Like just this prompt is hundreds of lines long. And it gives it like acceptance criteria. So I think I've seen Cursor run on it for hour or two at a time. There's some like compiling in there, and there's some like fixing unit tests and everything. So it's also making unit tests as well. So I think it's really cool. So like the next thing that this is what I'm telling uh, Cursor is like, I think for the vibe code app 19 is like we should still keep something in Python, and then something like super bare bones and easy to make it into someone like their own thing, just all in Python, just something like really bare bones and basic. And like what I was kind of thinking, like the easiest thing would probably be like a Streamlit app example. So like Python, so this is like there's a couple different frameworks for dashboarding, where basically it's kind of meant for data scientists that they can do all their data science work, and then they can spin up a little web app dashboard really easily without a little bit of a couple lines of code. Plotly has a project called Dash. It's also a really good one. I love Plotly and Dash. But this is also really neat too. So this is just maybe I should put this in the show notes, but we could easily make it'll probably come out a little bit different looking, but like all of these little slider widget thingies for tuning fault rules. This made me think of Streamlit for some reason. See if I can find a good one. I don't know. So, look at this one. Here's some charts or something. So maybe we could, maybe this could be fault detection diagnostics, and then you just do all of your stuff, whatever. Is this even draggable? Might even be able to drag these. And I think there's websites where you can, view the raw data. You can host Streamlit apps on the web, I think, pretty easily. So I think like I'm going to dial back Vibecode app 19, the Vibecode app repository, to a Python Streamlit application, but have it be kind of optimized for all of these bottlenecks that we ran into, the best that we can, latest and greatest, and then make sure that it has one of these. Go back to where I was before. Oops. So then Vibecode app 19, it'll also have the agentic AI spec. So like the AI agents, this will be tailored um, for the AI agents, like how this application is put together, all of the Python code to make the rules, and then the Streamlit application, and then it'll be hard coded for this building 100, and then there'll be like agent skills and all this kind of stuff for what to do for a Streamlit application, and then it shouldn't be too much work for Claude or Cursor or whatever tool you're using to then wire it into your SQL server or your data lake, or you have different CSV files and you need help processing it and make another dashboard. So that's where I'm kind of going with Vibecode app 19, but this Rust stuff is turning out good enough that I'm going to dump it right into Open-FDD because it's turning out better. um, and so basically, I was kind of chatting with ChatGPT, and it usually agrees on everything that you tell it for the most part. Um, so yeah, Streamlit of just showing this, and then it kind of spits out a little how we think it should look. So would Streamlit be nuts? No, it's not nuts. I think like Streamlit would be perfect for someone for someone that's kind of like a do-it-yourselfer. Maybe you're a property manager that's really technical, and you can just do all this stuff internally, and then host a little dashboard on your own internal IT network. So if you're at the office, and then this wouldn't be an app that you run on the internet, but it would just be something locally you run internally. It's kind of like the existing building automation applications. You can't see them from the internet. Excuse me. The data shouldn't be exposed to the internet, and they're not really good. They're not secure apps by design, but they're perfect for like uh, little dashboards you spin up internally on your own IT network, and you can just hit it from any building wherever you're connected locally to your LAN, I guess. But I guess you could put it on the internet. That is above and beyond me on making Streamlit secure for the World Wide Web. But okay, so then what I'm doing with okay, so then I'm doing this next, actually. I can do it right now. So like I totally gutted Open-FDD, and then I'm putting everything we learned here. This will be the new Open-FDD, Rust, DataFusion, SQL, Apache Arrow. So all these like kind of high performance application built in Rust. And then I'm also going to retrofit this is the UI. We're going to retrofit this to React and TypeScript. So a little bit more professional looking web application too. So we're kind of diverting here. We're going two roads. Streamlit will be Vibecode app 19, and then I'm taking Rust and the DataFusion SQL, and then we're going to keep on going this direction. Go two ways. I think it's the best of both worlds, because like people will still be able to use both for free, but one will really be something you can really vibe code the hell out of, and then the Rust one will be more of like something, it's a compiled application meant to be just use it. It's not meant to be modified. 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 It's not meant to be m and if you do modify it, it's a open source application. Is like you can then contribute to the project and make add features to it and everything, which is more advanced like skill sets. But like these Streamlit applications are perfect for um, the data scientist or advanced building operator or property manager or mechanical engineer that with AI tooling uh, you can spin up dashboards and get really cool information and data with ease. And then if you really want to go head over heels into like more advanced software engineering and the Rust, Open-FDD DataFusion stuff, is another way you can go too. So two different ways: easy, hard. Same results. They'll just be performance. Same results, just different performance metrics. So yeah, so this is the what I have right now for DataFusion, and then we're going to deviate on this path right now. So this is my prompt. I can dump this right into Cursor now, actually. Why don't we do that? These are huge prompts. So like these loop engineering, they're calling it. The really big stuff, I think ChatGPT is really good at loop engineering and like big lifts, but like when I'm doing fine tuning and looking at the web app and being like, get rid of this, it's just a prompt. There's no way that you can totally just do loop engineering. Because you at some point in time you have to get into just fine tuning with a prompt here and there, fix this, get rid of that. But like big lifts, I think it's having ChatGPT, and do all this. It's loop engineering. It's amazing how AI is really good at prompting other AI. It's kind of funny. Um, okay, so I'm just gonna copy this, and then we're gonna get right into. We're gonna dump it in. Okay, so I dumped that into Cursor, and then I'm also gonna tell it. I just have to get back to what it was. Pretty much the only thing that I'm keeping is just the expression rule cookbook. So I'm just going to say here, I'm just going to add it to here. Cookbook is preserved here. Please work with these existing docs. Okay, there you go. It's all backed up on GitHub, and I even downloaded a copy of it locally. So I have the old crappy version that wasn't working. So we'll give this a run. And then after that, after the Rust code is moved over to another location on my hard drive for the Open-FDD project, it's going to turn 5.19 specifically into Streamlit and Pandas. So, yeah, this is pretty cool. I think this is really cool because then we'll have like something completed for in Pandas and Python only, and then yeah, this Rust and DataFusion, going two directions. So this is coming. Another thing I have been doing too is some of the stuff is just so big that the agent, so like what it's doing right now under the hood, I see that Cursor has gotten way better. I'm sure Claude does the same thing. It just spins up different agents to kind of accomplish all these tasks. Sometimes I notice that it just doesn't finish, or it leaves a few things undone. So I've been doing you can queue the prompts. So Fable 5, please go. I can talk directly to Fable 5. I tested this out. I think it works. Fable 5, please go over left tasks, come up with a plan to finish them, then go into auto mode to complete. Else ignore if this was finished. So that's queued. And then I've been having pretty good luck with this, where then this will be the Streamlit app. So then it'll start just working on two. So we're just gonna copy that. I can't quite tell if that was copied. Copy. Okay, so then we're gonna queue this other prompt. Just to validate, like this is. Okay, so this is after the rust has been sortfully ported out, simply put bare bones Streamlit application. Something right here. Come on, where's the cursor? Please gain sliders of the original UI or tuning and text boxes. Engineer can input text of the explaining charts, etc. Okay, so there we go. That is queued as well. So while AI does all my work, then I have time. This will probably chug away for an hour or two. Then I get to go outside and go for a walk, or go out for lunch, or go run to Walmart, go to the grocery store, and then come back. And next thing that I want to do too is I hear that Cursor has, I'm really curious if Claude has this. If Claude does have it, I'm switching in a heartbeat. But a way to, like a Android or iOS app integration where I can chat locally with my models, agents running locally. It has an iOS app that you can spin up agents on the cloud, which I think is kind of stupid. But like, if I can chat with the same agents running locally on this Windows computer I'm running the this YouTube video from, that is really cool. I think you can probably do something stupid with like OpenClaw or something, but there's no way I'm using any of those tools. It's either, for me, it's just going to be Cursor or Claude, one of the two. And as soon as I get like a really cool app from my mobile that I could just do all this on the fly, it's game over. Then I could like go on vacation for a week and I could still be running tests and just chatting with my agents from my phone. So I'm really curious if anyone is doing this already. Apparently there is a Cursor app. I've seen it in their notification emails they send out on their updates about the product, and I just haven't seen it yet where you can chat with the model, running on my test bench. I need the models to be ingesting data from my BACnet test bench and my running locally here. Okay, so this is done. I'm probably going to keep this ChatGPT window open later so we can test all this stuff. And maybe this is something I can demo tomorrow. And then we can start seeing, hey, what's more cool. Streamlit will definitely be the one way easier to work with and run with and vibe into your own whatever. And then the Rust application is a huge can of worms. Prototyping in Python is really nice, but then porting it over into like a more, like Python is really good prototyping, data science stuff. And then once, I think like people usually prototype in Python, and then you use a systems programming language, um, like C Sharp or Rust is probably the really good latest and greatest one, or C++, something where you make it into like a compiled app, or Go or something like that. Golang. Okay, so that's where we're going. I think I've said enough of that. Something else I've been working on the side as well. This will be a future Docker container sidecart for Open-FDD. It's like you'll be able to do BACnet stuff as well. So this is coming. This is actually Open-FDD sidecart written all in Rust. So this is a Swagger. So like web apps like Fast API, they come with this. It's like a specification for web application, JSON specification 3.1 or something like that. It's like an open. It's like a spec for web apps, and then this is a feature that you can. I had this all written in Python, and now it's converted 100% into Rust, including the web application and the JSON Swagger. Everything you see here is written in Rust. So this is like a way that you'll be able to test. So this will be a little Docker container sidecar cart, where if Open-FDD is running locally in the building, you'll be able to scrape data via Haystack, Modbus, still grab data from Open Weather Map API, and then just do BACnet read multiples, reads, writes, I'm still working on some of this stuff. So like point discovery on the 507 device, which is Workbench open here. So this is my this is the JCI FEC on the test bench. BACnet MSTP device for real sensors on my test bench. So this guy right here, network 2000, MAC address 7, device 5007, and then through here, this should work. I can also do a point discover. So we just discovered this in Rust, and then this will be how the data will get into Open-FDD when it's running locally with BACnet drivers. There we go. So it looks like it's working for point discovery. Few little bugs need to be worked out here. There's do BACnet whois. So this will be a future BACnet GUI built into Open-FDD where it'll interact with this Docker container to get all of the data. And that's what we got. All right, guys. So that's all I have for today. That's all I have for today. And hopefully you guys are liking this. So like tomorrow, hopefully we can get to the show you the Streamlit application if the AI agents have got that far, and then start just looking at Open-FDD as a Rust application too. So, and then we can compare both two results, and then compare both results. And then so pandas, SQL, fault detection, and let's dive deeper into this building 100 and kind of put our engineers hats on finally, and then see if we can get some good results. So talk to you guys later.